All right, we're going to do a rapid-fire recap of the Agent Mastery meeting, giving you the most critical takeaways you can put into action today. We're going to cover the tech, the data, and the skills you need to absolutely win in this market.
So, let's dive right in with the most important number from the entire meeting, 45. So, what does this number mean for your business and, more importantly, for your bank account this year?
Well, it means this is it. This is our window of opportunity. The next 45 days are totally make or break for your year-end goals. Think of Halloween as the unofficial deadline. Anything that's not under contract by then is at serious risk of getting pushed into next year thanks to the holiday slowdown. So to help you absolutely crush this deadline, we're breaking down the 3 pillars from the meeting that will get you there: mastering your tech, navigating with data, and winning with your skills.
Okay, first up, Pillar 1, mastering your digital toolkit. Look, this is all about working smarter, not harder, so you can maximize your efficiency in these critical next 45 days.
First things first, a quick but really important update. A huge chunk of the agent reports you used to find on MyKW, they've officially moved into Command. You'll find them under the reports icon. And the best part is, they have way better export options. Yep, including Excel, and you can star your favorites for super quick access.
Next up, a critical tip for all your marketing: how to merge your personal Canva designs into that free KW Pro account we all get. The process is pretty straightforward, but step 4, it is absolutely non-negotiable. You have to go to File and click Make a Copy. This makes the design a permanent part of your KW account, so it won't just vanish if you ever decide to close your old one.
Pillar 2 is all about navigating with data. And look, it's not just about knowing the stats. It's about using them to build a powerful story that helps guide your clients to make the right decision.
The August data tells a pretty compelling story. Chapter 1 is this: about 2/3 of the listings that went on the market are successfully selling. That's a really encouraging sign of a more normalizing market. But the real story is in how they're selling.
And here's where it gets fascinating. Of those homes that actually sold, 55% of them sold without ever needing a price cut. But the other 45%, they had to chase the market down with a price reduction, and the cost of that delay is huge.
Just look at the direct consequence of that initial pricing. Homes that were priced right from day one, gone in just 10 days on average. But the ones that needed a price cut, they sat on the market for an average of 91 days. The difference between 10 days and 3 months, that is the most powerful story you can possibly tell a seller.
And to help you have this exact conversation, you can use the new True Value feature right in the Bridge City app. It's a tool that's designed to visually show this risk to your clients, making it crystal clear how overpricing often leads to a lower net result in their pocket.
This brings us to the final and, honestly, the most important pillar, because all the tech and all the data in the world don't mean a thing without the skill to use them. We are in a skills-based market, plain and simple, and your abilities are your greatest asset. A key skill they discussed was using strategic thinking over an emotional reaction. You know, when a deal gets complicated, like a buyer terminating, the first impulse is to fight back, but the advice was to pause and think. Demanding proof from the buyer could totally backfire if that proof reveals a new issue your seller now has to disclose. You could be creating a much bigger problem.
This case study from the meeting really highlights why skill is so critical right now. An agent was asked by a past client to cut their commission. The agent said no, but they couldn't effectively communicate their value, and they ended up losing the listing to someone else.
But here's the twist, and it's a big one. The agent who won the listing also listed it at full commission. They didn't have a lower price, they had a higher value proposition, and they communicated it with a superior skill set. They were simply better at demonstrating their value, which made the whole commission thing a non-issue. So, how do you build that superior skill set? You were strongly encouraged to dive back into the tactics from the Shift book. These are the foundational principles, things like overcome objections and bulletproof the transaction, that would have won the listing in that exact scenario.
So how can you start sharpening those skills today? Let's look at the immediate next steps to put all this into action.
Go ahead and mark these key dates on your calendar. Each of these events is specifically designed to build on the skills we've just been talking about, from really understanding your value at the dollars per hour class to mapping out your entire next year at the business planning clinic.
As we wrap this up, let's remember the motivational reading they shared during the meeting. It perfectly captures the spirit you need for these next 45 days. You know, luck is random. Perseverance, that's a choice. And in this market, it's what wins.
You are the ones doing the work. You are in the arena every single day. That effort, that grit,
That perseverance, that is what separates the good from the great.
So we'll leave you with this one question. To win in this 45-day sprint and beyond, which one of those shift tactics are you going to focus on mastering first? Your answer could very well define the rest of your year.